things, what I used, what I didn't use, what was fantastic, what was a waste of energy, if it's too heavy or not. So we're going to go through all of this one by one, and then I'm going to pack it all together in fast motion, then I'm going to weigh it, and then at the end of the journey we're going to do everything in reverse and reassess the whole thing. So let me know what you think. Okay, so let's start off with the backpack. The backpack is actually my son's one. It's a 55 litre. It's an escape pack, and it has the waterproof raincoat underneath it for when it if it rains. It also has a nice pocket at the top so that you can put your things in there that you need quickly, and side zips. So it's actually really good. The reason I chose to use his rather than my own was because of this here. It's got the extra padding to keep it away from your back, so that it's just more bouncy than what my one is. My one's traveled the world, but it hasn't got that bouncy part in it. So today I went out and bought absolutely brand new shoes. I've been training wearing hikers, and they're heavy, and I'm still having problems with my ball of my foot, and my right pinky is still So I went out and bought brand new ones. Now these are Hokia, and this is the brand that's recommended, but they didn't have trail runners in the wide fit, only these ones. So I showed them photographs and videos of the trail that I'm actually doing on the French route, and they said that apart from the downhill part going into Rossonville, where I may need a little bit of extra support with some poles or something, or just take it a little bit slower, they can't see any reason that these will not be perfect for the journey. So here's going. Right, flip-flops, we need those for the shower. At the end of the journey they will just get tossed out. There's nothing expensive there. Now I've also got, this was a birthday present from my dad, they are hiking sandals, and they have got the nice grip on them. They're lightweight. I chose the full covered in ones because of walking. I don't want to be falling out the end. So if I'm doing an extra long walk one day and my feet are really tired at the end of the day, I can always change into these so that it gives my feet a break from my shoes. Now the other thing I've got for my feet, apart from socks and creams and potions and things, is this ball here. Now this was recommended by a physiotherapist so that you can massage your foot, particularly in the arch of your foot at night, so that it stops having major problems the next day. And it's actually amazing how good that silly little ball makes your foot feel. So that to me was quite an essential thing to be packing. Right, now then, clothing. I will start with what I'm going to be traveling in. I am traveling in, I get really cold on aeroplanes, and the other thing I'm slightly worried about is because I'm going September to almost the end of October, if it's going to start getting cold in October. So I'm traveling in a merino wool lightweight jumper, so it's beautiful and warm and very lightweight, so it won't take up much room in my backpack. It's a fast drying one because of the lightweightness, and it is a hiking jumper. It has the thumb holes in it, so you know it's the proper caboodle thing for, it's actually a skier's one. So that will keep me warm on the plane, and if there's an extremely cold day, I can layer up. Then I have got my jacket as well, which I will be wearing in early mornings because I know that it's going to be quite cool in the mornings when I first start walking out. Plain singlet, because you've got to layer. Now this is where I'm a bit can't decide. I've got my hiking pants here. They're quite heavy. They're fast drying, they've got the pockets, but they're quite heavy. And I've also got in my clothing pile 2 pairs of trainer pants, or whatever you want to call them, aerobic pants or whatever. I can't decide whether to wear those on the flight or not, or whether to flag those and just wear one of my other pairs of pants, because I'm thinking 2 pairs of trousers is probably enough, and I've always got a pair of shorts as well. So that one is undecided. Right, now for my clothing, I have got 3 lightweight, fast drying sports tops. So they take up no weight at all. They're all fast drying, so I've got one on, one that's drying, and one in my backpack in case I have to get changed quickly. This is a top that is a silk top. It's also really good for throwing on when you get out of the shower. If you need to get out of there quickly because there's a queue of 30 people that want to get in. Because it's silk, it's very fast drying and it takes up no weight at all. So that is the reason I have chosen that one. Now this, I had one person say that I was a princess because I said I was taking a skirt slash dress. It's a boob tube style and I can wear it as a long skirt or I can wear it as a knee-length dress. It's lightweight and it's fast drying and it doesn't need ironing or anything like that. So it's a perfect skirt for traveling. Now what I'm thinking again is getting in and out of showers if you need to get out quickly and you just need to throw something on so you're respectable and you can still pull your knickers on when you're not in the cubicle. But also the other thing is I'm going to go and see some beautiful churches and things at night, going to different restaurants. I've got a couple of nights in Paris as well. I don't want to be looking like a boho the whole time. So for the amount of room that it takes up and the amount of weight, I don't think I'm being a princess. But if I am, whatever. So I've got my pair of shorts. I'm not really the kind of girl that wears shorts particularly, but if it's an extremely hot day, and as Kiwis, we were taught to hike in shorts with a pair of thermal leggings underneath. We'll go into that one in a minute. So this is my other two pairs of pants. They're, I don't know what you call them, sports pants, joggers, aerobic pants, yoga pants, whatever name you want to call them. Two pairs. Now do I just travel in one of those and have one in my backpack, or do I travel in the other pair of pants? Big decisions. Everything's going in these things so that I can roll them up with no air. Now this is my thermal underwear. So because I don't like cold, I've got a pair of thermal trousers, you know, the legging underwear and the long sleeve singlet. So I can layer up, but I will do it in reverse. I will wear my singlet first with that over the top, and then as it heats up during the day I can take it off quickly. That's that one. So 2 sports bras, one on, one off. Now 4 pairs of undies, all quick drying pairs of undies. 1 swimsuit, the lightest weight one that I could get. So it's just a plain old swimsuit. That's nothing flash, just a plain black one. Now I bought the Indian socks. They're the toe socks. I've got 2 sets of them because the lady at the shop couldn't tell me which ones were the most used for hiking. This is the thick pair that I can wear as socks by themselves. They have got antibacterial, fast drying, super soaker, blah, 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 blah. This is the liners. So you put these ones on and then you put your socks over the top. So at the end of my journey, I will be letting you know which was definitely the best pair. And I have got 4 pairs of pure wool socks because I'm thinking I'll be using 2 a day. 1 in the morning, and then when you change, you take your shoes off and rest your feet and re-Vaseline up. Then you put your second pair on with your first pair on the backpack. Then when you change for the 3rd time, you put the first pair back on again to do your last part of your journey. So that's that. Raincoat. Got to have a raincoat. This one actually squishes down a bit more squishy than what I've got it at the moment. Fairly lightweight, rolls up to nothing, but you've got to have a raincoat in case of emergencies. My knee brace, it's a Velcro one that fits any size. I will be wearing that every day, so it won't actually be in my backpack. Now, sleeping arrangements. I don't do sleeping bags. I toss and turn far too much at night. So I've got a sleeping blanket, so I can wrap it over me like a sleeping bag, or I can just put it over me, or I can lie on it if it's hot. The blankets they have at the Albanage, they don't get washed that often because they're thick blankets and they take far too long to wash. They give you disposable sheets, and then I will be using a silk sarong to lie on over the top of that, and then this on top of me, which I'll show you my silk sarong next. Now, this is my bathroom bag. Now I have 2 silk sarongs in here. The reason I have that is, 1, they're super lightweight, they take up no room at all. 2, I have got this little knobby gadget thing in here that you can turn your silk sarong into an item of clothing if you have to. And 3, you can use one to use as a sheet because bed bugs cannot get through silk. So that is an extremely good thing. And you can also use it as your towel. Now, I watched a video of another lady who said that she wished she hadn't taken a towel. She'd wish she'd just taken her silk sarong because they dry so quickly. They take up so much less room. They're easy to dry. They're lightweight, and you can use them for like half a dozen different things. So I have got 2 silk sarongs. Now in my bathroom bag I've got my hard soaps. That should last me at least 4 weeks, if not longer. The other half, which was the small half, has lasted me just over 2 weeks of using it every day, so I'm sure that will last me. This is my other part of my towel. It's one of those super soakers towels. Bamboo toothbrush, razor. I've got some Caniston cream in here in case I get fungus in my toes. Small deodorant, comb, bed bug spray, which is eucalyptus oil, homemade shampoo bars. I have got a nail file. I still have to put my nail clippers in here yet, but I will be clipping my nails one more time before I go. So that's why they're not in there. So that is my whole bathroom bag. Oh, and toothpaste. I've got actual charcoal powder toothpaste to take, so it's not a liquid, so it's one less thing to worry about with liquid wise. Now for the bed, I've got a sleeping mask, so that if there's a lot of people still moving around at night, it's not a particularly pretty one, but it does the job, and that's more important. I've got earplugs, and this is the other thing that I've got for at night. It's an adapter, so I can charge 4 of my appliances at once if I need to. Not that I think I've got 4, but maybe I could share with other people. So that is for night use. Now for the bathroom, a hook to put over the door so you can hang your clothes on, because apparently a lot of the bathrooms don't have anywhere to hang your towel or your sponge bag or your dry clothes, so that is to go for that. Now one of the other things I'm thinking I may need to take is laundry liquid in a small bottle as well. Now, water bottle. I have got this one. Now my decision to buy this was because I don't want to get sick. I do not want to risk anything of getting sick. And a lot of the water you're filling up along the journey is from a well. And you don't know how, obviously they're a couple of 100 years old. There could be anything in there, a dead pigeon or whatever. So this is a macro filter, and it's called Lifesaver. And you can literally drink out of a stream from that. It's guaranteed, it's amazing, and it's got the little clippy hooky thing on it, so it's easy access for your backpack. Now, because there's some days where I'll be traveling and it'll be more than 2 or 3 hours between water wells, I've also got these fold down bottles that I can fill up, and then they're awful to drink out of because they're, nothing to hold on to properly, but I was planning on just refilling my big bottle with them. And I'll probably only use those twice on those 2 days that there's a long distance between water, but at least I've got them. Now, no, that's supposed to be in here. I'm going to do this one last. Right, hats, the decision, dum 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 dum. I can't decide whether to use a cap or whether to use a floppy hat. So you definitely need to have a hat, so I have to make a decision which hat to take with me. I'll just get my hair back out of the way. Right, washing. I have got some safety pins so that you can pin things onto the back of your backpack when you're walking. I probably only need half of those. And I've also got half a dozen pegs for the washing line. And then just in case of emergencies, zippy ties. You can never not go on holiday without zippy ties, right? Wet ones, got to have those. Now, this is my first aid. First aid, I have got, this is like the knee brace, but you can use it for your arms, your legs, your knees, your ankles, anything. So it's for an extra one in case I hurt myself anywhere along the trail. Now, this is my actual first aid. Betadine, using the cream. I've got a couple of different tapes in here, rubber gloves, cotton buds, a bandage, scissors, telfer pads, and I've got a silver pad, which is something that you squish into cuts that are not healing, that we use at work, and I've had to use on patients at work, because anyone that doesn't know, I work as a nurse in disability, and I've also just finished nursing my mother to the end of life through palliative life, and a lot of that stuff we used with her as well, which is one of the reasons I'm doing the Camino, because Mum left us in January. Right, I have a thermal emergency blanket. This is in case someone is in shock, that's had an accident or whatever, or if we're caught in a blizzard or something like that. Those are lifesavers. Seriously, they take up no weight at all. They cost like $5 and they can save your life. Growing up in New Zealand, we didn't go hiking without one of those in our backpacks. So, and an emergency sewing kit. It's only one colour thread and a threader and some needles, but you know, you never know when you're going to need that. So let's just, you know, be prepared, Girl Guide and all that sort of stuff. So that's the first aid. Right, adapter. You've got to have your adapter. That is actually an Indonesian one, but apparently Europe is the same plug. So that's woohoo. Now, selfie stick. Take a lot of photos. Obviously, I'm going to vlog this whole thing, and my tripod is almost 1 kilo. So I bought this online. It's not as strong as what I wanted it to be, but it's okay. And this does quite a bit of rotating. It's not too bad. It has the little mirror on the back of it if you're doing reverse shots. It has a little remote control for taking the photos, and it has a tripod legs at the bottom of it. It's not quite as strong as I'd like it to be, but you know, it's better than carrying around a kilo worth of tripod and a selfie stick. So it's not the best thing, but it's weight wise, it's going to be pretty amazing. So I've done, oops, there we go. That is 200 grams compared to almost a kilo if I had a selfie stick and a tripod. So it's not perfect, but it's okay. Right, day pack for days that I'm going to be wandering around towns and things rather than anything. Then I have got my, oh, I've lost one. Oh, here we go. I have got my stones that I'm supposed to take from here. This one looks like the Hand of Asham to me, and that's going to have a lot of my problems written on it. That's a stone that just jumped out at me, in a shell that jumped out at me when I was out walking one day. I have got a whistle. I was told that it's good because I'm a female traveling by herself, so that will be on my backpack here. Now, I was thinking I will do a visual diary rather than just a written journal. So I've got my paintbrushes, pens, pencils, and watercolors. So this is a mini thing, but I love doing my art, and it will be really, you know, some of those towns are just so beautiful. I got to do it. So I got to do it. Right, that is my packing. That is less than 7 kilos because I'll be wearing my shoes on the plane, and I'll be wearing them every day, and all my sandals. So I'll either have my shoes on my back and my sandals on me, or my sandals in my backpack and my shoes on me. So all of that is less than 7 kilos. I think I've done quite good. Right, in my bum bag, we call them, or fanny pack as the Americans call them. This will be in here, not for flight, but for when I'm tramping during the day. I have got my poncho in here in case a thunderstorm suddenly pours down. I have got little plastic bags in case I have an emergency calling, or I use my wet ones. I have got these gloves in case they're compression gloves, in case my hands start to swell up with the walking, which they can do with the rhythm. Then I have got my emergency bits and pieces. So I have got the Compad, which is really good for your feet. I'm not sure how much different that is than Vaseline, but it's there. If I don't use it, I'll give it to someone else. I've not actually opened it yet. Pawpaw cream, you know, that's good for amazing things, but it'll be on my lips 100 times a day. Mozzie cream, the smallest size I could get. My moisturizer, which is coconut oil with frankincense and myrrh. Then I have got my This is physio cream, so that's like your deep heat and things like that. And zinc for my nose, I think it's a really hot day. And my perfume, which is an essential oil, so it takes up no room. And that can go under the nose if there's someone that hasn't got deodorant on around in the room or whatever. I still think I will be taking my Vicks Formula, not Vicks Formula 40, my Vicks Vapor Rub as well. Now I've got some strapping tape in here. I think I've got 2 of these, so I may be taking one of these out because I think the other one's in the first aid pile, so I'll double check that one. I've got my, what do you call these things? You can use them as, anyway, one of those. I can use it as a headband, I can use it as a scarf, I can use it as cover my head. Vaseline, which I'll probably have to buy another one on the way, but we have to use that on our feet every day. A towel so I can wipe my face, my feet, whatever, you know, they're fast drying ones. Passport, money, reading glasses. So, I think I'm set to go. That will be what's with me when I actually travel, but when I'm on the plane, not quite so much will be in this bag here. Obviously I don't need those while I'm traveling on a plane, and I might get a smaller pack of those, I think. Right, compression gloves, won't need those on the plane, will I? And the one last thing I have got is my padlock. Now I know this is going a little bit over the top, it's got one of those steel cables. But I am a female traveling by myself, and the amount of people I've seen have had their backpack lost when they're in a cafe and they've gone outside and it's gone. Recently I've heard quite a lot about that, and I figure if I tie my backpack to the pole, the table leg, whatever, it's not going to go missing, because the people that are taking these are snatch and grab. Also at the backpackers at night, some people have lost their backpack in the morning, it's gone. So worth having for the, you know, the amount of weight that takes. What is that, 150, 200 grams? I don't want to ruin my whole holiday. Yes, it might be being over the top cautious. Yes, I'm on a pilgrimage and I shouldn't have to think about things like that, but when all's said and done, there are some not nice people out there in this world. So okay, I have got 2 of those, so I clearly don't need 2 of them. Right, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to fast forward, pack everything up and show you how. And now, let's see what it weighs. So, everything's in here apart from the hat and what I'm going to be traveling in, and the bits that are going on my body all the time. So the proof is now in the pudding, and we're just going to weigh this and see what we come out to weight-wise. Alright, here goes. It feels a bit heavy. 7.27 kgs. Alright, 7.27. I really wanted to keep it under 7 kilos, so I may have to have another play again of what I can put in there. These I'm travelling in, my other clothes I'm travelling in. I may have to reassess those trousers to which ones I take, because that is still a little bit too heavy, and I've still got to put my, you know, that jacket has to go in there. That has to go in there. So it's a really tricky one. Alright, we still have to decide on the hat. So, the big floppy hat, which has an adjustable thing in it, or the cap. Decisions, but it's all fun. Alright, I'm going to see what else I can knock out of that, and maybe do one more little quick take to add on to this. Bye. So I've done it, 7.14 kg. So I'm traveling in my yoga pants, training pants, whatever you want to call them, the grey ones. One of the sports bras, one of the pair of underwear, one of the socks I have put in there so I'm not taking extra. Art supplies, can't go. I've weighed it, rearranged it, taken out a few things like 2 pegs and things like that. It will vary. I may get rid of the flip-flops, I may ditch them, depending if I need them or not. I may even ditch the blanket if I find I don't need it and it's too heavy, because that actually takes up a lot of room in the backpack. But it fits, 7.4 kgs. Bum bag here. I'll have to repack it slightly for the air travel, because obviously there's too many things like Vaseline and stuff in this bag that I will be keeping here for quick action during the day, and the water bottle will be like here or here. Yeah, I think I've done okay. Still haven't decided which hat to wear. It's such a huge decision. I may end up having to take 2 hats, because this one will protect the back of my neck, but it could also be annoying with the backpack. I may have to play with that a little bit. This one is not going to play with my backpack. I can tighten that one, but is it? It's not going to protect the back of my neck. So, other than that, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I've got 8 days until I go. Lots more training to do. Tomorrow I'm going to do a beach walk, and Tuesday I'm going to do Mount Coolum 2 times, and Wednesday probably another beach walk, and Thursday Mount Coolum 2 times, and then I'm going to have the weekend off, and then it's out of here. So that's it. It's pretty exciting. So my training's going really good. My backpack is 7 kgs, 7.14. That does not include water and or snacks, so that is why I may have to reassess a couple more bits and pieces. I've only got 3 tops in there now. I've only got 1 pair of pants and 1 pair of shorts. I've still got my skirt and my little silk top slash skirt slash whatever dress, I don't know. I think it's the first aid stuff, so some of that may get ditched along the way or shared with somebody I might meet up with and walk with. But anyway, I'm ready to go. And this backpack is a Wolf brand. I actually saw a wolf pattern on it, which is why I think my son bought it, because he is a wolf from his father's name. All right, so that is it. That is the backpacking organized. That is the backpack packed. I'm going to kind of hang around with it a few days. I'm actually going to take it for one of my walks around here to get used to the weight of it. It's not actually too bad, because my pack I've been traveling around with training is 4.5 to 5 kgs, depending on how many water bottles I put in it. And it doesn't have the waist belt or the top belt, so, and it's not as high up. So you actually have all the weight on your shoulders, whereas this, because when you wear your backpacking pack, the most of the weight goes on your hips, so that's really good. I'm really upset that I can't take my visual art with me, but that is by the time you've got your paintbrushes, your pencils, your paint, your pad, it's almost a kilo. I really do want to try and sneak it in. I may have to play with that one still. All right, I'm gonna love you and leave you. That is it. That is over and out. I will reassess this one more time before I go. I have to repack it slightly differently for the air travel, and then I will repack it before I walk on St. Jean to my first one at Rossonville. All right, and that is going to be, of course, the hardest day. So, next video will be from the airport. All right, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you guys all soon. Bye.